Alright, so I just wanted to do a quick little review of the new 50Y that I bought. This was my first conventional reel for shark fishing. I was looking at Shimano Tiagras and Okuma Makairas, Abbott's, and I noticed that all of them were $500 and up, and I just didn't know if I wanted to spend that on a shark fishing reel, but I also wanted to get quality. I didn't want to get something cheap that was going to break down and that. So I went with the Penn Squall 50 VSW, and I just got to say that I'm really happy that I made the choice. Really happy with how the reel works. So it's got I believe it's 30 pounds of drag at strike, 42 pounds of drag at full. One of my biggest drawbacks was when I first was looking at these is it only has the 42 pounds of drag at full, and a lot of these other ones have 65 or 85 pounds drag, which is obviously a lot more. So I kind of said, why would I get that when some of my spinning reels have 35 pounds of drag? Well, the reason is, even though those spinning reels have more drag, the point is you have way more line on a 50 wide than you do on a spinning reel. So I noticed that when I'm taking baits out, I can take this one out 500 yards and be fine, whereas the furthest I can take a spinning reel is about 250. One thing that's really big is it has a really loud clicker, which can be really important when you've spread all your rods throughout the beach and maybe you're sitting kind of far from the reel. So just listen to the clicker here. And again, that's important. Like you can't, if you're way down the beach and you can't hear, you could easily get spooled in something like this when it's in free spool and the shark's running with it. So there's no mistaking that sound. You know when a shark is playing with your bait or when it's running with your bait or whatever. So the clicker, the really loud clicker is a really big bonus. On top of that, it's just a really easy reel to use. It's got the lever drag here. It's got free spool down here. You bring it up, you put it into strike, settings 1, 2, 3, 4, and then full. I personally I haven't even got to full with this thing yet. I've got a sandbar with it, a black tip with it. I think the furthest I went, maybe towards the end of it to get the fish in, was setting number 4. But I haven't gone past that. In terms of, it's also got the little clicker here. It's 2-speed real high and low gear for when you're reeling the fish in, if it's real heavy or if you're trying to get line in really quickly. Really easy to use. You kind of just pop it in, and then when you want it back into the other gear, you just kind of just flick it up. So I have it spooled up with, I forget how much, probably about 400 yards of 100-pound braid, and then on top of that, I've got another 350 yards of 100-pound mono. You can get away with smaller lines than that, but I kind of personally like to have that thicker line, so I know that when I'm fighting the fish, I can put a lot of pressure on it, and I can really, and I can get it in quickly. And that's the other thing with a conventional reel versus a spinning reel. Spinning reel, like say the other night, it took me about 20 minutes to get a 6.5-foot sandbar shark. On a spinning reel, that would have taken me 35-40 minutes. It's not good for a shark to be fighting it for 40 minutes. I got the shark in quickly, got it back in the water in 2 minutes. So it's really important. You got to be a responsible angler and get those sharks in as fast as you can. You just can't do that with a spinning reel. And I got the rod I got it paired with is a Penn International, rated 50 to 100. Perfect rod for it. Really strong. Could bring in just about any shark. It's a really stiff rod. I really like it. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe.